Hi everyone! Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. I'm Mandy. Today we are making Rou Fan, also known as Taiwanese Braised Pork Belly rice bowl. I have made this recipe 4 years ago. Nothing was wrong with the previous video, it was just really old. I am making it again with some improved tips and tricks. It's going to taste even better. I've got here 2.5 pounds of pork belly. I am going to cut it into 1/3 of an inch thick slabs first. Make sure the pork belly skin is on because it contains a lot of gelatin, which makes the sauce thick, shiny, and flavorful. Now slice the slabs into 1/3 of an inch thick pieces. Taiwanese Rou Fan is very similar to Chinese red braised pork belly. One of the main differences between them is that you cut the meat much smaller for Rou Fan. After the braising, all the pork bits will melt into a luscious meat sauce. So delicious. A clay pot works great for this recipe because it retains the heat really well and distributes it to the food slowly. Other heavy-duty cookware such as a Dutch oven or a cast iron pot will also work well. It does take a couple of minutes for it to preheat until nice and hot. Throw in all the pork without any oil. As you are stirring, there will be some liquid releasing from the pork. In about 5 minutes, you'll feel like your pork is boiling in the water. Don't worry, just keep stirring and wait for the liquid to evaporate. Then you will see the fat start pulling out from the pork. Now turn the heat to medium-low. Keep stirring. The fat will become more and more. The bottom feels a little bit sticky. That means there are some Maillard reaction happening. You will see some brown bits of pork here and there. I think I got about 1/3 cup of pork fat. Turn off the heat. Tilt your clay pot and let the grease to run to the side so you can remove it to a small sauce pot and reserve it to fry the shallots later. This way, your final dish won't come out too oily, but don't go too crazy and render every drops of oil out. The pork will not taste good that way. This whole process will take about 15 to 20 minutes. Turn the heat back on medium. Now you can add 8 cloves of garlic, 8 slices of ginger, 1 star anise, 1 cinnamon stick, 3 bay leaves, and 1/3 cup of rock sugar. Rock sugar is refined and recrystallized from the regular sugar. It won't affect the taste that much, but it does make the sauce glossier. If you don't have it, use 4.5 tablespoons of white sugar. Continue to stir until the aromatics are fragrant. Then we will add the rest of the seasonings. 7 tablespoons of light soy sauce. Although any brand will work, but the Taiwanese Qinglan brand is a better choice. Some dark soy sauce for the color. 1 cup of Chinese cooking wine. 1 teaspoon of white pepper. And 1 teaspoon of 5 spice powder. Non-alcohol replacement for Chinese cooking wine varies from recipe to recipe. In this case, you can use the same amount of chicken stock. Stir this really well and make sure you scrape the bottom to deglaze all that brown bit. I actually add a little more dark soy sauce to make the color deeper. I used 1 tablespoon, including the amount that I added before. Pour in 2 to 4 cups of hot water. We will let this simmer on low heat for 1.5 hours. The amount of water needed may vary depending on your stove and your cookware, so keep an eye on it during the simmering to make sure it is not evaporated too dry. If you do end up needing to add more water, please add hot water, don't add cold water. Fried shallot is what makes this recipe Taiwanese. You can buy this from the Asian markets, but I am going to show you how to make your own. So even if you don't have the access, you can still achieve that authentic taste. 6 shallots. Discard the top and the root. Cut them in half. Peel the dry outer layers. Slice them thinly. This is the pork fat that we reserved from before. Add all the shallots in. Let it fry on medium-low heat. Stir it constantly to ensure even cooking. The store-bought fried shallots are fried in vegetable oil. Using pork fat is a whole different game. Just be careful. It does get foamy. You have to lift up the shallot bits to check the color. On the side here, I got 3 pieces of dried shrimp, which I have soaked in hot water before I cut the pork belly. Now it should be soft enough for you to mince it. If you don't soak it, it'll be very hard to cut. This is an optional ingredient, but it adds a third dimension to the dish. I can see the shallots are slightly golden now. Go in with the minced dried shrimp. Continue to fry on low heat for a few more minutes or until the shallots are golden brown. Now you can really smell the difference with the shrimp added. The fragrance is more complex and pungent. This whole process will take about 15 minutes. Let it go through a sieve. We only need the shallot for this recipe, but don't throw away the oil. It is packed with flavors. I'll include many ways that you can use this delicious shallot pork fat in the pinned comment below this video. Go check it out. Now the pork has been simmered for about 25 minutes. You just throw in all the fried shallots. Give it a stir. Let it keep cooking for the rest of the time. I'll show you how it looks after it is done. Before we move on, let me introduce you to today's sponsorship, Souped Up Recipes Clay Pot. I know clay pot may sound new to you, but it is a traditional cookware in Chinese cuisine. It has a high heat capacity. The material retains the heat, then redistributes it to the food slowly and evenly. The heavy-duty wall allows for better browning and caramelization. Then you can maintain low and slow temperature on the stovetop or in the oven, perfect for making soup, stew, pot roast, and congee. It can also handle simpler tasks such as boiling noodles, wontons, and dumplings. I love the blue top and the hammer design. It functions as a beautiful serving piece that keeps your food warm on the table. If you want to buy it, the link is in the description. We have 20% discount for the launch special. Go check it out. Smells so good. There will be some fat floating on the top. You can skim it out. Let's pick out the spices. They have done their job. We don't need them anymore. This is the right amount of liquid left. The sauce is thick and sticky. If yours is too thin, you can reduce it. If it is too thick, you can add a little more water. Now it is the time to give a taste to adjust the flavor. Mine is perfect. Let's assemble the Rou Fan. Scoop the meat over the white rice. Look at that sauce. So glossy. To balance the meal, I like to add some baby bok choy. Taiwanese people will also serve this with lu dan, which is hard-boiled egg that is braised with the pork belly for a long time. I can't stand rubber-hard eggs like that, so I am just using a perfectly boiled egg without braising it. Garnish it with a little bit of diced scallion. Here you go, a classic Taiwanese Rou Fan. Everything just melts in your mouth before you start chewing. So flavorful. Even though pork belly is fatty, you don't feel the grease at all because we removed lots of oil. This is one of those recipes that you can make a big batch and portion it out. It stays good in the freezer for a few months and it reheats really well in the microwave. It can be a quick, delicious dinner for whenever you don't want to cook. I hope you give this a try soon. As always, you can click the link in the description and find the printable recipe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!